Hi, today I wanted to talk about something that I kind of had fresh in my mind from the other day after a post. After I got done playing pickleball, I had asked this guy about a paddle that he newly just purchased and was trying out, and it made me think of the topic of going from being uncomfortable to comfortable and how it relates to pickleball and playing with the new paddle, because I myself have experienced that, and I think it correlates to life, like in many ways, from being uncomfortable and not having a lot of experience to things being comfortable the more you do something, right? And I think that it translates to pickleball from going to a paddle that you're very comfortable playing with and then wanting to upgrade or get a more advanced paddle. And the thing I would say about that is it's never like it's the player understanding how to use the paddle versus the paddle being like, made to fit a player. Because if that was the case, then there wouldn't be, different type of paddle faces and different swing weights and all that stuff. But before I get into all this, I want to start the video pretty early into it with a quote from Kobe Bryant that says that things in life are never as bad as they seem. So if you're going through a hard time or trying to figure something out, it's only temporary. There's always a solution. There's always an answer. And same with pain as well. It's all only temporary until it subsides. But back to the kind of like the topic on hand, from going from being uncomfortable to being comfortable. Um, I'm an advocate for a brand called Revelin. It's a paddle company and it's based out of Michigan. But um, I went from using this Revo Pro Reach hybrid paddle and getting familiar with it and how it played and stuff like that to a more popular edition paddle called the Torch, the Pier. And this is a wide face paddle, and this paddle is more of like a reach paddle. And so that's why in this video, when I went from the Revo Pro Reach Hybrid to the Torch Pier paddle, when I first started playing with it, like I was hitting like a lot of out shots, and I was hitting a lot of shots at like people's faces and stuff like that. Not that I was headhunting or anything, but I was just I didn't understand how the paddle worked, and I got frustrated with it. Like I was like, I hate this thing. Like, but I didn't give it time. I didn't give it the growing pains to understand that, hey, this is how this paddle works. The Revo Pro Reach Hybrid paddle, this paddle right here versus this paddle right here. The first paddle I showed you is a lot more control oriented, and then the second paddle I showed you, or the white paddle, is more like power oriented and stuff like that. So and then a lot of it depends on too how many games is on a paddle. Like you got to give it that adjustment time. When it's fresh, it's going to have like a fresh face, fresh grit, and it's not going to really have that wear and tear from a lot of games played on it. And so when I switched from the Revo Reach hybrid paddle to the Torch paddle, my game was suffering, pretty pretty drastically, and I was making a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. And I was about ready to send the paddle back, and somebody's like, "Give it time. It's new, and it'll take that adjustment period to get used to how it plays." And the two paddles play completely different, and so that's where the video goes from being uncomfortable and not understanding how something works to being comfortable and understanding that the two paddles play completely different. And so now I've given it that adjustment period and stuff like that. And I'd pretty much say the only difference now when I play with it is just the handle size. So, some things take time and patience and understanding and stuff like that. And you as a player, if you really want to try to up your game, or first of all, I would say, like, understand the paddle you're purchasing for. Like, don't just go spend a lot of money on a paddle, but then just give it time to give it the adjustment, play with it. And then if you're still not comfortable with it and stuff like that, then it's probably just not the right paddle for you. So